Good morning, children. How are you all? Today we are going to begin our new lesson in English, Robinson Crusoe. It is a chapter from a famous novel by Daniel Defoe. It's a big novel and our lesson is just a page from the entire novel. So to understand the lesson, we must understand the novel too. So I thought of telling a story, the story of Robinson Crusoe to you. It's a long story, so I'll be telling you it in parts. So please listen. Today I will be telling a part of the novel, so please listen carefully. I might even ask you some questions or quiz will be given to you based on this particular portion. So let's just listen to a part of the story today. Robinson Crusoe is a novel written by Daniel Defoe. I'll be explaining about this later. As you can see in the picture, you can see a ship moving on the sea. So this story is mostly about voyage. Voyage means a journey by sea. It's a long journey. Many years ago, people thought going on a voyage was of great pride. Especially people from Western countries used to think all the brave men went on a voyage. Those days, there were no such facilities as we have today, no phones, no proper vehicles and so on. So they would move from one country to the other with the help of boats on the sea or ships. So it was long and hard journey. Many people lost their lives. So all the men who were sailors were respected by other people as they were thought to be brave men. Let's move on to the story. Here is Daniel Defoe who wrote this wonderful piece of work, Robinson Crusoe. He was an English trader, one who went on trade to buy and sell things like business. He was also a writer. He was also a journalist. So he himself had traveled a lot, and so this has helped him to write a novel as good as Robinson Crusoe. There is an island that is named today as Robinson Crusoe Island. So Robinson Crusoe, the character in the story, was born in York. York is in England. And in the year 1632, he was born in 1632. According to the story, Robinson Crusoe was born in York, England in 1632. His father was a German. He had two brothers who were elder to him. But both the brothers died. One was a soldier. He died during a war. The second son had disappeared somewhere and they never knew where he went. So the father was very fond of the third son, that is Robinson Crusoe. He always took care of him and he wanted Robinson Crusoe to be always near him. So the father wanted him to study law. If you study law, you would become a lawyer. It was a respectable profession those days. So his father wanted him to be a lawyer. But Robinson wanted to be a sailor. Who is a sailor? A sailor is a person who works in a boat or a ship. So if you work in a ship, you have a lot of chances to go on from one place to the other. So he wanted to be a sailor and be seeing different places and landforms. He wanted to be a sailor. A sailor cannot be staying in one place. But his father wanted him to be a lawyer and to be staying with him. So Robinson Crusoe found it very difficult to obey his father. He had a friend. His father was a captain. So by being a friend, so influenced by his friend, he decided to go on a voyage with him in the year 1651. But his ship met with bad weather. Crusoe was scared and prayed for God's protection. Okay, there was storm in the sea, and so Crusoe was very scared. He prayed, "Oh God, please help me. I would go back to my father. I will not go sailing again. I will obey my father," he prayed. And suddenly the storm subsided and he came back to land. But again he was tempted to go to the sea. After some time, his mind started working and he started thinking of going to the sea once again. This time in the sea, he was caught by Moorish pirates. Moorish pirates. Those days they were thieves who used to attack ship and rob at sea. So that they are known as pirates. Pirates are thieves at sea. They would attack other ships that are sailing by and kill the people and take away all the wealth from the ships. So this ship was attacked by Moorish pirates. Moorish pirates are pirates from Africa, Northern Africa. Moorish pirates are pirates from North Africa. So they were attacked by the Moorish pirates and were taken to a place known as Sally. And Robinson Crusoe was made a slave there. A slave has to obey whatever his master asks him to do, and he has no right to go anywhere else. Robinson Crusoe was very skillful in every sort of work. He was very good at fishing and doing all type of work. So the Moorish pirate liked him very much. One day, the master planned for a shooting party. So nowadays we have party to celebrate events, but those days they were shooting party. That means people would come together and they go on a voyage. They would shoot birds and other kind of animal. They would go by sea for that. So the master had many ships and boats. So he asked Robinson Crusoe to fill a big boat with all the necessary items that are required to go for a shooting party. They would be out of the house for many days, so they needed to stock the boat with lot of food, drinks, dress, and tools. So Robinson Crusoe stuffed the boat with a lot of things. And while doing so, he was also planning to escape from the Moorish pirate. And the party was cancelled. The boat was remaining full with things. One day, the Moorish pirate sent Robinson Crusoe to go fishing. He was sent along with a man named Ismail and a slave boy named Xury. They took this boat and went to the sea. While on the boat, Robinson Crusoe suddenly took his gun and pointed at Ismail and told him to swim to the land. And Xury and Robinson Crusoe escaped from this Moorish island. And as they were in the sea for many days, they found a big ship coming by. And the captain was very kind to stop and take Robinson Crusoe and Xury into his big ship. He also bought this boat from Robinson Crusoe. The captain was a very friendly man. He took him along with him to Brazil. They reached Brazil, and Robinson Crusoe wanted to become a planter now. He did not want to sail. He wanted to become a planter. He wanted to become a tobacco planter. So he started with the plantation work, and he had become a good planter in few years' time. Meanwhile, he had sold Xury, the slave boy. Those days it was common to buy and sell slaves. It was a sad fact that the world had this kind of a system where they could buy slaves. Slaves had no freedom. And slaves were used like how we use animals. They had to work from morning till evening. They had no rest, no holiday, no pay, etc. And when the master wants to sell this man, they could take him to the market. And in the market, the slaves would be made to stand and they would sell the slaves. And some others would come and buy the slaves. It was a horrible system, but it was going on. So Robinson Crusoe sold Xuri to another man, and now after some years he wanted to bring more slaves to work in his plantation. So they knew that many slaves were available from South Africa. To bring them to Brazil, he had to go to South Africa. So he thought of going on a voyage with a big ship. So Robinson Crusoe undertook a voyage to Guinea. Guinea is in South Africa. So he went to Guinea to bring slaves to his country to do the work in the plantation. So the ship was big. There was a captain and many sailors were in it, and they had a wonderful journey for some time. Since it was a long journey, the ship was loaded with plenty of food, plenty of drinks, plenty of tools, guns, gunpowder, etc. All the necessary items were available on the ship. But after a few days of journey, after a few days of voyage, there was storm in the sea. They were all going to die, and the ship was going to break. So they suddenly got into a small boat and started sailing to the land that was nearby. But the storm was too high and heavy. It pushed out the boat, and the boat went and hit on a rock and broke into pieces. The ship was also broken. So the ship was destroyed. So it is known as a shipwreck. Shipwreck. Notice this word. Shipwreck. There was a shipwreck and the ship was destroyed. And you can see the sailors escaping in a small boat. And even this boat was overturned and the sailors were swallowed by the waves. And a huge wave pushed Robinson Crusoe to the land and threw him on the land. When he reached the land, he slowly got up, and when he opened his eyes, he saw he has reached an unknown island, an island that he has never heard of, that he has never seen. So he had reached an unknown island. Slowly he realized that he was all alone on the island. He couldn't see any of his friends. So that night he climbed on a tree and slept. He was afraid that some wild animals would eat him up. Next morning, he looked at the ship that was wrecked. It was far away, many miles away from the shore. But he swam to the ship. He climbed over the ship with the help of a rope. And when he reached the deck, he saw many things there. Here you can see Robinson Crusoe. And from the ship, he found many useful things. So you can see in this picture a dog and 2 cats. So all these are found in the ship. So these animals were not dead. You can see the ship broken into pieces, and you can see a man lying dead, and other things are the instruments and boxes with a lot of gold and all that. In another room you can see a lot of bread and other necessary things that are useful for a kitchen. Lot of flour, etc. All this was not wet. So Robinson Crusoe thought of using all these. There were a lot of stocked food items, tins and barrels of food items, all that was there. And here you can see in one corner a little dog sitting in a cage like thing. So Robinson Crusoe released the dog, took him along with, and there were 2 cats. He took them, he carried all these necessary items, and he made a small raft out of all the wooden pieces that were there, and he carried them to the island. In the island, Robinson Crusoe noticed that there were no human beings there. No human beings there, and it was an uninhabited island. It was an uninhabited island. And so he started making his house. He realized that he has reached a strange island and he didn't know how long he had to be there. He can escape only if a ship comes that way. And he didn't know when a ship would come. So till another ship comes that way, he had to stay alive. So first of all, he started building a house. He made a house with the help of all the things that were brought from the ship, the wooden pieces, planks, etc. He also used the branches of trees that were nearby. He made a little cottage-like thing and then he planted some trees all around so that when they grow up, his house would be hidden. He made many journeys to the broken ship and he brought all the items they were there. The items were like bread, flour, tins of flour, cheese. There was goat meat, dresses, foods, clothes, guns, and tins of gunpowder, fresh water. All this was there in the cabin. So he carried all of these items to the island. Alright. So as the days went by, Robinson Crusoe made his house more and more comfortable to live in. He had his instruments with which he would cut down the trees, and with many days of hard work, he would cut them into pieces and he built a table and a chair that can be put in the room. He also made all the other necessary instruments that were necessary for his home, and now he had to find his food. The food that he brought from the ship would last only for a few months. So he had to think of making his own food. Every day he went around the island and he understood he was the only human being on that island. But he found some wild goats on the island. So he decided to make food out of the goat meat. So he would use his gun to shoot the animals down and he would cook it over the fire and would eat it. He also brought a goat near his cave and made it live there. And after many months, it had kids, and so the goats were giving milk. Robinson Crusoe had plenty of milk to drink. So he was getting meat and milk from goat. As he went around the islands, he found a lot of turtles. Turtles are huge tortoise-like animals. They lay eggs. They lay eggs on the shore and they cover it with sand. So Robinson Crusoe discovered many turtle eggs. So he would collect the eggs and use it as his food. So he was getting a good supply of food. When he went around the island, he found an area where wild grapes grew. So he collected the wild grapes. So he ate fresh grapes as well as he dried some of them in the hot sun and he preserved it in his cave. So he could eat dry grapes and fresh grapes. He could eat turtle meat, egg, goat meat, goat milk. So he was having a lot of food. He could also catch a lot of fish from the sea. He would roast it over the fire and would eat it. So his food was very comfortable. Even though the supply from the ship was getting over, he could live comfortably. He was a very hard-working man. He lived all alone in the island. Every day he would make something new. He also was a very clever man and an exact man. He wanted to remember the things and the days. So from the day first when he reached the island, he planted a big piece of wood in front of his cave. With his knife, he made a mark on the wood every day so that he could count the days. He could count the months. So he knew the exact day and month that he was on the island. And in order not to get bored, he would write a journal. A journal is something like how you write a diary. So he would write each day's incident on a journal, and this would keep him engaged. His mind needed attention, and this writing journal helped him a lot. So he had animal friends, goats, dog, cats. He also found a parrot from the island, and it was very friendly with Robinson Crusoe. It would imitate his voice and would call, Robinson Crusoe, Robinson Crusoe, where are you? So Robinson Crusoe would feel so happy because he thinks that there is someone there to call him by name. He called this parrot Paul, P-O-L-L, Paul. Paul was the name of Robinson Crusoe's parrot. So as you can see in the picture, he lived pretty comfortably on the island. I will proceed with the next part of the story in the next class. So listen to the story, understand the story. I might even ask you some questions in the form of a quiz. Thank you.